Those whispers? That's your subconscious revealing the very beliefs that have been holding you back. This exercise isn't about judging yourself. It's about witnessing the truth. Because once you see it, you can change it. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone named Sarah, who spent years chasing financial freedom. She read the books, she followed all the manifestation techniques, but her bank account never grew. One day, while journaling, she asked herself, "Why don't I have the money I want?" And the answer that spilled onto the page was, "Because money always disappears. Because every time I get it, something goes wrong." She realized that growing up, her parents constantly argued about money, and she absorbed the belief that money causes pain and loss. Without knowing it, she had been pushing money away, trying to protect herself. That one realization became her aha moment. The belief no longer controlled her, because she could finally see it for what it was, a story from her past, not the truth of her future. And that's the beauty of this process. The moment you recognize a limiting belief, it loses its power over you. You can't be tricked by a shadow once it's exposed to the light. Awareness is liberation. It's the crack in the wall where the light of possibility begins to shine through. So remember this. Identifying your limiting beliefs is not about blaming yourself or reliving your past or feeling stuck in your pain. It's about becoming conscious. Because consciousness is freedom. Once you name the belief, you are no longer a prisoner of it. You are the observer, the creator, the one with the power to choose again. And this is just the beginning. You've pulled the weeds from the soil, but the next step is to plant something new. Because it's not enough to simply find the beliefs. You must replace them, rewrite them, and embody a new story that aligns with the life you want to live. So now that you've uncovered the invisible walls holding you back, how do you break them down and step fully into your limitless self? That's exactly what we'll explore in Part 3. Now that you've uncovered the limiting beliefs hiding in your subconscious, you've already taken the most important step, awareness. You've pulled the weeds from the soil of your mind. But awareness alone is not enough. The real transformation comes when you plant new seeds, beliefs that align with the life you want to create. Because you cannot simply erase an old belief. You must replace it with something stronger, truer, and more empowering. So how do you release these limiting beliefs and reprogram your subconscious mind for abundance, love, and success? There are many paths, and each one strengthens your inner shift. One powerful method is affirmations. Spoken with consistency and conviction, affirmations are like rewriting the script of your life. But here's the secret. They must be believable enough for your subconscious to accept them. Instead of forcing yourself to say, "I'm a millionaire," when you don't believe it, try something softer like, "I am learning to attract more abundance every day." Over time, those words begin to reshape your inner dialogue, carving new pathways in your mind. Another method is meditation. When you quiet the noise of your conscious thoughts, you create space to access the subconscious. In this stillness, you can release old stories and plant new ones. Visualize yourself living your desired reality. See it, feel it, breathe it in as if it already exists. The subconscious does not know the difference between imagination and reality. When you repeatedly give it the picture of your future self, it begins to align your actions and energy with that vision. Then there's reframing. This is the practice of catching a limiting thought and immediately shifting it to a supportive one. For example, when the old belief whispers, "I'll never have enough money," pause, take a breath, and reframe it. "Money is flowing to me in new ways." If the thought says, "I'm not worthy of love," replace it with, "I am deeply worthy of love just as I am." Each time you reframe, you weaken the old pathway and strengthen a new one. Repetition is the bridge that makes this transformation lasting. Think about how your limiting beliefs were created. They were repeated to you, again and again, until they became your truth. In the same way, supportive beliefs must be practiced daily until they become natural. Write them down. Speak them out loud. Surround yourself with reminders. Consistency is not optional. It's the key to rewiring your subconscious mind. Another powerful tool is identity shifting. Instead of just saying new beliefs, begin to embody them. Ask yourself, if I already believed I was abundant, how would I act today? If I already believed I was lovable, how would I carry myself? If I already believed success was mine, what choices would I make? When you step into the identity of your future self, you collapse the gap between who you are and who you want to be. Now, imagine the power of this transformation. Someone who once believed, "I am always overlooked," shifts their belief to, "I am worthy of being seen and valued." Suddenly, they begin to show up differently. They speak with confidence. They attract opportunities. The world responds to the energy they carry. Or imagine the person who believed, money always slips through my fingers. Once they reprogram that story to, I am aligned with abundance, they begin to notice possibilities they never saw before. Their energy changes, their choices shift, and their reality expands. This is not magic, it's alignment. When you change your beliefs, you change your vibration. And when you change your vibration, you attract a new reality. But here's the part you must remember. Transformation does not happen overnight. Just as your old beliefs took time to form, new beliefs take time to integrate. That's why consistency and emotional alignment are everything. When you repeat affirmations, when you visualize, when you reframe, don't just say the words, feel them. Let your body, your heart, and your energy absorb the new truth. The more emotion you pour into your new belief, the faster it becomes real for your subconscious. And with every day of practice, the old walls begin to crumble. You start noticing small shifts, better opportunities, kinder relationships, more ease, more flow. Over time, those small shifts turn into breakthroughs. And one day, you'll look around and realize, you're no longer living in the prison of your past beliefs. You've stepped into the freedom of a new identity, a new story, and a new life. So as you move forward, trust this process. Each time you replace a belief, you are reshaping your destiny. Each time you choose a new thought, you are opening the door to a new reality. The universe is always responding, always mirroring back the story you tell yourself. And the greatest power you hold is this: you get to choose that story. So choose wisely. Choose bravely. Choose the story that aligns with the future you want to live. Because your mind is the gateway to your reality. Change the story you tell yourself, and you'll change the world you live in. What if the only thing standing between you and the life you dream of is a belief you didn't even know you had? Imagine working so hard to attract love, money, or success. Yet no matter what you do, it slips right through your fingers. It feels like the universe isn't listening. But here's the truth most people don't realize. The universe is always responding. It's just reflecting back the story you believe about yourself. And if that story is filled with limits, fear, or doubt, then those invisible walls become the cage that locks away your true potential. Think about it. You've tried the affirmations. You've built the vision board. You've meditated, journaled, maybe even practiced gratitude every single day. And yet nothing really changes. You might even start wondering, is manifestation even real? But the problem isn't the method. It's the silent beliefs running in the background of your mind. Like shadows, they operate where you can't see them, quietly canceling out every intention you set. These are called limiting beliefs. And they are the single most powerful reason why people struggle to manifest the life they want. A limiting belief is not just a passing thought. It's a deeply rooted story that convinces you something is impossible, unsafe, or not for you. It becomes like an invisible script, one that shapes every choice, every action, and every expectation you carry into the world. But where do these beliefs come from? For most of us, they are planted early in life. Maybe you grew up hearing your parents say things like, money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that. Without realizing it, you absorb the belief that wealth is scarce and hard to come by. Or maybe you experienced heartbreak, betrayal, or rejection in your younger years. And so your mind learned to believe that love never lasts, or that you're not worthy of deep connection. Sometimes society plays a role too. We're told that success only belongs to the lucky few, or that ordinary people shouldn't dream too big. And with every repetition of those messages, your subconscious quietly takes notes, until those ideas become your personal truth. Let's make this real. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I'll never be rich, that's just not for people like me. Love always ends in pain, so why even try? I'm not smart enough, talented enough, or worthy enough to succeed. Or maybe, if I take risks, I'll only fail again. These thoughts may sound small. They may even feel like harmless doubts. But when repeated over and over, they become chains that hold your energy down. And because the law of attraction mirrors the frequency of your beliefs, the universe responds by giving you more of what you expect. If you believe money is always hard to earn, opportunities seem to vanish. If you believe love always ends, relationships crumble. If you believe you're not good enough, life constantly proves you right. The scariest part is that these beliefs usually operate beneath the surface. You don't wake up and say, today I'm going to block my own blessings. No, your conscious mind might be screaming, Yes, I want success. I want love. I want abundance. But your subconscious mind, carrying all those hidden beliefs, whispers, no, it's not safe. No, you can't. No, you're not ready. And the subconscious always wins. This is why so many people feel stuck in a cycle. They take one step forward, but life pulls them 2 steps back. They try to think positive, but deep down, the old programming takes control. And until those limiting beliefs are uncovered and released, manifestation feels like pushing against an invisible wall. But here's the empowering truth. Just because a belief was planted in you, doesn't mean it's yours forever. You are not your past. You are not the stories society handed you. And you are not the failures you once experienced. Beliefs can be rewritten. The question is, are you willing to look within, to uncover the invisible scripts that have been running your life? Because once you see them, you can change them. And when you do, manifestation becomes natural. It stops being a struggle and starts flowing in alignment with who you truly are. So, how do you actually find these invisible blocks hiding in your subconscious? How do you shine a light on the beliefs that have been secretly shaping your reality for years? That's where the real journey begins. In part 1, we uncovered the silent power of limiting beliefs, how they shape your reality without you even realizing it. Now, it's time to take the first step toward freedom, learning how to actually see these hidden blocks. Because before you can release a belief, you must first bring it into the light. Identifying your limiting beliefs is the gateway to transformation. Think of it like pulling weeds from a garden. If you don't know where the weeds are, they'll keep growing back, stealing the nutrients from the flowers you want to bloom. Your mind works the same way. If you don't know what toxic belief is hiding beneath the surface, it will keep feeding on your energy, no matter how many affirmations or positive thoughts you try to plant. Awareness is the first spark of change. But how do you actually find these beliefs when they've been buried so deep? There are practical ways to uncover them. One of the most powerful is journaling. Write down your goals, what you want to manifest, and then ask yourself, why don't I already have this? The answers that come up might surprise you. You might notice thoughts like, because I'm not disciplined enough, or because people like me don't get lucky, or because I always fail. Those answers aren't the truth. They are the beliefs that have been steering your life without your permission. Another powerful clue comes from your emotions. Pay attention to your triggers. When you see someone else living the life you dream of, what rises up inside you? Is it jealousy, anger, sadness? Those emotions are not bad, they are signals. They point directly to the story you've been carrying. Maybe deep down you believe you'll never have what they have, or that you don't deserve it, or that it's impossible for you. Each emotional trigger is like a flashlight shining on a hidden belief. Patterns are another way your subconscious reveals itself. If you notice you keep hitting the same wall in relationships, finances, or health, chances are there's a belief driving that repetition. For example, if every relationship you enter ends in abandonment, you might be carrying the story, I'm not lovable. If every job ends with you underpaid or overlooked, maybe the belief is, I'm not valuable enough. The pattern isn't random, it's a mirror. And then there's self-talk, the running commentary in your head. How do you speak to yourself when no one is listening? If your inner voice is constantly saying, I can't, I won't, I'll never, that's not reality, it's programming. By listening closely to that voice, you begin to hear the beliefs that have been hiding in plain sight. Now, I want you to try something powerful. Close your eyes and imagine your dream life as vividly as you can. See yourself living in the home you desire, waking up next to the partner you love, working in the career that lights you up, surrounded by abundance, joy, and freedom. Let yourself really feel it. Then notice the doubts that rise up. Listen to the whispers in your mind that say, that's not realistic, or you're not good enough, or that will never happen.